Hi guys and welcome back to Mindset Learn. We are going over Maths Lit in grade 10, so I hope that you're all enjoying the show. So now if you do have any questions that you do have from the show that we've been talking about so far, blah 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 blah, please send them to facebook.com/learn extra. We're also on Twitter @learn extra, so please tweet us, chat to us. Twitter's nice and fast, we can get those questions rocking and rolling. And without further ado, I think I'm going to pass it back to Haley. There you go.
Cindy. Okay, guys, now that we've finished our drawing, let's start with question 1. So question 1 says, the seating plan for the cinema is shown below. The key, and that's what we need to look out for, we often get a key, is at the bottom of the plan. Define the different categories of seats and their cost. Using the seating plan, answer the questions that follow. So we're going to look at the plan. Right, we have seats going back from double A, double B, and then A, B, C all the way. We've got yellow seats, green seats. We've got some grey seats on the side, yellow in front, and then here's our key. So our grey seats, we can see there's category 1, and they are 25 Rand a seat. Yellow seats are category 2 at 30 Rand. Green seats are category 3 at 45 Rand. And finally, the seat with an X in it is a wheelchair seat. So it's important to actually read the plans. And lastly, the most important is this is the screen. Okay, and now this is a top view. You can see, excuse me, each one of the seats is just a rectangle. So we are looking at the screen from above, and that's why my screen is just a line. Because looking at it from above, I'm not going to see any part of the screen except for like the top line. Let's answer the questions. Let's look at the questions. So now, right, how many seats are there in row G? So let's go look at row G. There's row G. Let's get a different color. We're looking at row G. That's that row there. And what do we know about row G? There are no seats on the side. It starts at seat number 5. So that is 5, and that is seat number 24. So when we look at that, we have to calculate how many seats there are. You can do one thing and you can sit and you can count them. That's one way of doing it. Alternatively, I can say, well, 24 minus 5 is 19. But I need to include the 5th and the 24th seat. So in actual fact, I have 20 seats. So I have from 5, now I've lost my pen, from 5 to 24, including both of them, gives me 20 seats. Right, let's go back. Let's read the next question and go back to our plan. How much does a ticket cost in each of the following seats? So we're looking for B3. Are you going to remember our numbers?
Okay, am I the number lady?
Number lady. We
Okay,
need B3. So let's give Indy a moment to remember this.
So flustered, remembering these numbers.
K3. Have you got B3?
B3,
K3. K9.
Yeah.
And that's all. So let's go back to our plans. So our first one was B3. Well, we need to find B3. So we find our row B, which is this row here. There's B. And our third seat is 1, 2, 3. It's that there. Okay. And now it is a yellow one. So what was our price? It is 30 Rand. So we know that it's yellow, so it's 30 Rand, and we can fill that in. Right, the next one was B?
The next one is K3.
K3, sorry,
Yeah.
K3. So now we go down to K, and K3 is this third seat that side. Okay, and we look at that. That's category 1, and it is 25 Rand for K3. And then we had K9.
Yeah,
Am I right?
we had, yeah,
K9. Right, K9, so we've got 7, 8. K9 is a green seat, and that's category 3, and it's 45 Rand. So let's go back and fill that into our things. So K3 was, B3 was
B3 was 30.
30 Rand. K3 was 25. And K9 was
45.
45.
The expensive seats.
The expensive seats.
Yeah.
Supposedly the good seats. So that's a good question. So let's discuss it now quickly.
Yeah.
Why are they different prices? And you often find this, especially if you go to concerts.
Yeah,
So
always.
you get different prices. And the theory is that it's your view. How well can you actually see the screen? So that's why for certain seats you will pay a higher premium? I think there might be a question about that. Let's go to the next question. Right. Give the seat numbers of the wheelchair seats that cost 45 Rand per seat. Now we're looking for the seat numbers. So let's go back to our plan. 45 Rand, first of all, we need to find that is in the green section. So we're first looking for 45 Rand seats. So we're looking for green. And then we're looking for, within the green, where are the seats where we've got wheelchairs? Well, in fact, let's look at all the wheelchairs for a moment. These seats here are wheelchair seats, but they are yellow. So we're going to ignore those. Then we found where else have we got wheelchairs? We've got those seats there, and those are in the 45 Rand mark. So let's get these seats. Now we've got, so it is in row H. So first thing we need is our letter, tell us which row it's in. So it's in row H, and it's seat number 8, 9, and 10. So we've got 5, 6, 7, and then it goes 8, 9, and 10. Hope you can see those numbers, but let's write it in. So it was in row H, 8, H9, and H10. Now we probably could have written it as H, 8 to 10. But maybe we shouldn't be too lazy, and let's rather write it in full. So we've got the seat numbers of the wheelchair seats that cost 45 Rand. Let's move to the next question. It says, why is there no row R? Did we pick up that there was no row R when we were looking at the plan? Well, let's go back to our plan. We go from H.
Oh, I is the best letter in the alphabet.
We go from H to J. And why do you think there's no letter R? Should we ask Indy? Maybe Indy knows. Indy, I'm putting you on the
That's
spot. I really
tragedy.
am.
The what? I is the letter that should never be missing from any kind of seating plan.
Yeah, and
I
I think-
actually, could it be because of the wheelchair?
I don't think it's because of the wheelchair, because then they could have started R here. Okay, so I'm going to
I
let
actually
you
have no
in-
idea.
Now, these are the kind of questions where, guys, you really need to start thinking a little bit out the box and give us your opinion. It is your opinion. So, honestly, it's very hard for your teacher to mark you wrong. But I think if you look at the letter R, and I'm going to go back to my question. Okay, look at the letter R.
I know why.
You know why. Okay,
Because-
Indy's got it.
Okay. The seats are a team, and there's no I in team. And that's what I'm sticking to.
There's a good theory.
Okay.
But look at the
But they
things.
give me
Now,
2
if I had
marks.
to go I1, if I had to write, let's compare this. If I had to write, well, I'm looking at H1, okay, or I had to write it's R1, what does that look like? Okay, kind of looks like an 11. Not sure which is the number and which is the letter. And I think they leave out the letter R because it looks so much like the number 1.
Discrimination.
And it could also look like an L.
Number discrimination.
Like maybe a small L instead of a capital. So I think we've got a letter discrimination in this case.
Yes.
But that is the reason why we don't find the letter R in our particular exercise.
That makes sense.
Okay, let's see what our next question is. Right. By discussing the view that you would have of the screen from your seat and comparing the price of the seats with others, discuss whether you think it is correct to treat seats O24 as category 1 seats. So let's go to O24 and see where we're actually sitting. So O24, there's the O, and 24 is this seat over there. Why am I writing in black? Let's get a nice color to write in. Let's try orange. O24 is that seat over there. Now, are we correct to say that that should be a category 1? Now think about the screen. That's where the screen ends. So how much of the screen are you looking at? You're looking at a very steep angle towards the screen. I'm not sure if you actually can see that part of the screen, possibly that part of the screen. So look at it in relation to the screen. Are you getting the best view of the movie? So I think that O24 should be category 1 because you're not as clear as possibly sitting in this category 3 where you can see everything. Let's change the color. Let's change the color. Compare that to category 3 What color haven't I used here? Can't use green. Let's try yellow. So if we're sitting in that seat, that's the view I have of the screen. I've got this perfect view, but of course I'm paying more for having that perfect view. That depends on what movie you're seeing. I think that I would pay money to see.
Mm.
Although my husband would be laughing at me
I
right
haven't
now
been
because
to
I
movies
never go to
forever.
movies. So he would take me to any seat. Okay. And I think that takes us to the end of that question. So let's go see if we've answered everything in the question. O24 is category 1. So I haven't written it in here, but I think that what it tells us, so discuss your seat. We think that it is correct. Yes, it's correct. And we can discuss things like possibly the view. Also, how close are you to too close to the screen? So all these kind of things that I need you to include and add. And again, it's one of those questions, it really is your opinion. It really is. But make a decision and stick to it and justify your decision.
I have a question. So then, how do the teachers mark these questions? For example, with the earlier question about
The letter I.
the letter I, which I was not getting, so I would probably get 0 on that question. What if I said the letter I was there? Okay, I actually can't think of
You can't
all
think
the
of it.
the ones I can think of is ridiculous now.
Sometimes they are a little bit ridiculous. You know, I think that especially in Maths Lit and a subject like this, we've got quite a lot of leeway with the kids. And in my class, I'd rather see that the child is actually trying and they are thinking about it. And if they're thinking about it, even if it's not a perfect train of thought and it's not exactly what's on my memo, I would give them the benefit. So as long as they justify their answer.
That's awesome.
And very often, in actual fact, while I've been marking, I get an answer and I think, wow, I never thought of that.
Yeah,
And
that's
that is
amazing.
absolutely brilliant.
So it's actually about, the logic, the logical
Absolutely,
reasons. Yeah.
absolutely. And it's being
Yeah.
able to communicate your thoughts, which is important. And often my memo says any valid reason.
Any valid
Any
reason.
valid reason. That's my memo.
I can imagine my answers. My answers might be quite creative.
But that's what
Yeah.
we want. We want to see creativity. I think it's great.
Yeah.
So let's move on to our next question. I think it's our next question. Right. We've got question 2. Arno owns a little cottage on his private game farm. Here is a floor plan of his cottage. So let's look at his cottage. Now, we have the cottage. We've got an open plan kitchen, dining room, and lounge. So that's there. Right, what do we see? I've got windows, which are at an angle, and then clearly they've indicated which are the doors. So my doors are my straight lines. So that's a door. So maybe we should color code this. Let's make this a little bit easier. In fact, I'm going to go get my model on here and color code it. So let's move to the next page here. Right, and then we can refer back to this. So let's color code these. We're going to make windows. Windows are at an angle. I'm going to make them in purple. And guys, this is something that you could quite easily do whenever you get a question, is use colors because it makes it a whole lot easier to interpret. So those are my windows. Now I'm going to make my doors. Let's make my doors yellow. So doors are the straight lines. There's doors. We've got doors in the bathroom, the bedroom, and I think I've got all the doors. So clearly we've got one door going into this open plan kitchen dining room. How many bedrooms have we got? We've got one bedroom there and one bedroom there, so we've got 2 bedrooms. We've got 2 bathrooms. This bathroom's leading off the bedroom, and that bathroom's leading off the bedroom. So I can't access the bathroom unless I go through the bedroom, which is quite an interesting fact. And then it does give us measurements. So let's see what else it says. It says the height of the inside walls of all the rooms from floor to ceiling is 3,000 millimeters. The windows in the bedroom are 175 centimeters by 120 centimeters. The windows in the bathroom, they also give me those dimensions, and the width of each door is 90 centimeters, and the height of the door is 2 meters. So they've given me a lot of information. I've read through it, but right now I'm not sure what they're going to ask. So let's go back to the questions and see what it is that we need to know. Right, we also have, which is quite interesting in this diagram, a compass. So we can see that north is facing up. Right, that's my height and everything. Let's look at the questions. So, in what general direction does the window in bedroom 2 face? So let's go back to our drawing. General direction, bedroom 2. So bedroom 2, the window is facing that way. And if we look at our compass, we can see that it is facing west. So the bedroom's facing west. Next part of the calculate the area of a door in bedroom 2 and the window in bedroom 2. So we want the area, and remember our area was our length times breadth. So we're going to do both. We're going to do, too much space there. We need to calculate the door, and we need to calculate the window. So I'm going to go back to my diagram now and see what those dimensions were. So the windows in the bedroom are 175 by 120 centimeters. And I'm going to work in centimeters for now. And the door is 90 centimeters and a height of 2 meters. So my question doesn't say in what unit it needs it. So if it doesn't tell you, then you can work in either unit. We might have to convert later. So my door, now I can't remember what my door was. Go back to the plans. My door was no, that's my window, 175 by 120. 175 by 120. And my door was 90 by 2 meters. 90 centimeters by 2 meters. There's a problem here. Okay, so firstly, there's a problem there. We've got to work in the same unit. So I'm going to convert my meters into centimeters and say 90 times by 200. And then I'm going to do my window with the same, well, my window are both in centimeters, so I'm fine with that. So we can do this calculation. And I would show you on a calculator, but right now I don't have a calculator, but I think it might be a good time to take a bit of a break.
I think it's the perfect time for a break.
I can get a calculator out.
Yeah, we can get the calculator out. I can take a little stretch. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Guys, please post your questions onto the page, facebook.com/Learn Extra. We want to hear from you. I want to talk to you. Also, @Learn Extra on Twitter. Think about it. Maybe, maybe not. See you now after the break.